Greetings, I am Miguel Luzon, and here are the rest of the members.
I am Deanne.
And I am Allyssa.
And for this academic vlog, we will discuss the overseas Filipino workers as heroes. And first up, we have the background info, which will serve as our introduction.
As the world discovered with a system of working in order to live, people engage themselves exerting effort through physical, mental, and social labor upon producing different goods and services beneficial to the economy. They are manpower that handles with expertise, earning through their services of turning raw materials to finished products. Hence, given that people are divided into classes based on their social status and having differences in preferences to on how they are going to lead their career, there were individuals going to different countries where it is most likely beneficial for them. Moreover, Philippines dealing with issues related to poverty and high unemployment rate, citizens then have decided of going into different country which make them known as Overseas Filipino Workers, OFW for short.
OFW is then an act of labor which also became beneficial to the country, wherein foreign exchange reserves increases or became high, as the import considered less expensive and exports became costly expensive in the market of the foreign land. Furthermore, the country sends more out rather than bringing in. That means to provide enough capital used to pay in production of domestic goods. For those reasons, OFW was served to have the title of Bagong Bayani.
And next up, we shall discuss the waves of labor exports from the Philippines. The Philippines had an external debt of 27.5 billion US dollars. A lot of their national budget went to debt service, which struck poverty and a number of employment workers among the population. Aquino had to rely on our overseas workers to resolve the country's economic problems, wherein remittances, the funds being transferred by overseas workers to their families in their home country. Thereby, it was used to afloat the economy as it drives households to uplift their living. Overseas employment was still seen as a program meant to continue while the economy was still not stable enough to generate jobs. And next up, we will discuss the exports that led to the coining of the term Bagong Bayani, as it was legitimized by former President Corazon Cuanco Aquino. The Philippines encountering a huge crisis with regards to employment, Filipinos are left with no choice but to seek for opportunities in or other countries in order to survive and provide for their families' needs. Filipinos working overseas are hailed as Bagong Bayani in 1988 by the former President Corazon Aquino. As mentioned in her speech that year, um, identifying someone to be referred to as a hero, they are expected to sacrifice and possess heroic deeds such as bravery, moral integrity, and perseverance. A debate being held during the term of President Corazon, it raised an argument upon different perceptions if the OFW were truly a modern hero to be seen or a representation of modern slaves, given that there are plenty of cases against human rights violation, such as mistreatment and sexual harassment, evidently aired on the news. Their perseverance despite of those hardships they have experienced abroad, it's just a portion of the whole reason why they are referred to as Bagong Bayani. However, looking who can benefit by the fruits of their hard work and sacrifices, it is not just their families who have gains from it, but they have saved the country from its sloped down economy as it is drowning from the debt and dealing with the financial dilemma. And next up,
Hello, I am hereby to discuss the in-depth analysis of the term Bagong Bayani implied to calling OFWs as heroes. Acknowledging diversity, people would have different ways on how they are going to look at pictures in one frame. It may be dependent on what angle they are looking at or on what kind of truth they wanted to believe on, as heroes are seen to be sacrificial either for a particular person or for the whole. OFWs are better off perceived that way. They firstly sacrifice being away from their families as saving their career, providing for their families, then being the life best of the country's economy. Hence, that does not erase the idea that there is this fact proven as we look around that our country is really lacking opportunities which make citizens dragged down to experience poverty. Moreover, as this justifies that the Philippines are somehow not capable to provide the needs of its citizens, for there were tons of issues addressed in the country, like Philippines being listed as one of the overpopulated countries and a third world country, which leads to employment concerns because there are only limited job opportunities, which cannot accommodate all Filipinos, leaving them with an option to work in other countries. Next up, we have the outro.
All in all, looking at the side of the benefits brought by OFWs on how Filipino individuals chose to risk going to other country to be employed rather than to be counted to the Philippines unemployment rate and be able to provide for their family not to be added to the increasing rate of poverty, modern hero as they can be considered. However, switching of perspective to the awful experiences of OFWs in other countries, they are seen to be modern slaves mistreated by foreign people. Furthermore, making a stand in the middle is then preferred. Having the vision of on how bad it may seem, the good effects are better be gratefully counted with appreciation. But the unlawful phenomenon experienced by OFW should be something to stand up for. Thereby, considering as the famous saying that beauty is in the eye of the beholder, the world is full of colors to positively have an outlook in life without neglecting that there is the dark to embrace or to fight against in order to protect oneself.
And that has been our academic vlog. Thank you for watching.